So this right here is my 2015 Polo GTI and it is my dream car for now. But there's one little tiny problem with the car, which means the engine's got to come out. And like everybody else, I can't afford a mechanic to do it. So I'm gonna do it myself. The 2015 Polo GTI comes with a 1.8 litre engine with around 190 horsepower, hitting the 0 to 60 in just under 7 seconds, making it a quick everyday hot hatch. I always say that for you to learn, you have to give things a go, and I'm delving straight into it. Now, I've messed around with cars enough to know how things work, but taking out a whole engine, that's gonna be new for me. There's a couple of things. One, I don't have a shop. I have my driveway, which is not even a driveway, it's just grass, which means I can only really work on this when it's not raining. Two, I'm fully aware that this is going to take a lot of time. So I'm not expecting this to be done in a week. This is probably going to be months and months of work. Hopefully it's not. I'd love for it to not be, but let's be realistic. It probably will end up being this. And yeah, so I've actually had this front end apart once. One, had to replace the radiator. Two, my water pump went, surprise, surprise. So I'm pretty familiar on how to remove the front end. Now, I've actually already removed the bolts from underneath the car, which was an absolute headache. So all that's holding in this bumper right now is the four T25s that are on the side, or is it T30? Can't even remember. And that's about it. And then the front end will just come straight out. So let's do that. Okay, so right now I need to remove, there is one down here, 2, 3, and then there is one more T30 right here. That needs to get removed. Is it T30 or T25? I think it's a T25 actually. Let me find out. All right, so now that I've got this side off, do the same thing on the other side. You see, it's kind of pointless because this whole front end has to come off, which means this thing that holds the bonnet is actually going to come off. So I'm going to attach this probably somewhere here. It's going to look crazy, but it is what it is. Right, okay, so now that's out. You don't actually have to do this, but I'm gonna have to do this eventually anyway. So the lights are just held on with literally 2 screws. So I'm gonna remove these 2 bolts here, and I think these are T30s. So yeah. So yeah, literally 2 bolts here. I've already taken one out on each side. So yeah, that one comes out. That one comes out over here. You're probably wondering, why is there so much space here? After the airbox out. The airbox is already inside of the car. So yeah, these lights are now ready to come out. Literally, all I have to do now is just a quick disconnect here. All right, cool. So now that I'm kind of at this stage, lights are out, all of this is basically gone. I think I'm pretty much ready to now just take off the bumper, because I don't actually think it's held on by much now. Alright, cool. So now that the bumper's disconnected, we got to disconnect all the connectors. So we got the disconnector for the fog light, because I'm going to keep the fog light in the car, with the bumper. Sorry. Got the disconnect for the washer fluid for the headlights here, and we also need to disconnect the fog light down here as well. So once all that's been disconnected, the bumper will literally just come out. So usually you'd just be able to pull off this whole bumper all in one, bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle. But the wiring loom for the fog light is kind of, let me see if I can show you. It's kind of like the fog light is on the wiring, which means I have to disconnect the fog light. Should I be using a plastic trim tool? Absolutely. Am I going to? Absolutely not. Why? Because the car's mine. And just sounds like it's going to break. Ugh. Fog light. Are you a T30 or a T25? You are a T25. So to disconnect a fog light, super easy. There's a plastic trim that you just have to pry off, which is this piece right here. So you literally have to start prying it from, let me just hang on like this. over here, which seems crazy because the fog light's all the way over here, but you need to start prying it from over here. And obviously this comes out, and then there is just 2 T25 screws. So you got that one here, then that one over there to take out, and then the fog light will just pop out. Do you know, I could have had so many different hobbies in life. Could have been an artist, could have been a pilot, I could have been a dancer, could have learned how to dance. But nah, I'm here fixing cars. Story of my life. I might be able to just pull out the cable which is stuck here. Aha! So yeah, now the bumper should be fully disconnected. Yeah. Now I'm going to remove the whole rad pack as one, which is super easy. Oh, I wish it was easy, but you're gonna have to tune into the next episode to find out what went right or wrong. And remember, go easy on me, guys. I'm just a guy that likes cars. I'm not a mechanic.